IzzyVerse! Welcome to the IzzyVerse! Back issues bleed through the timeline torn. Silver Age echoes, modern age born. Speculators hunt, chasing that grail. Slab it, grade it, cannon prevails. Bubble screams, ink in my veins. Bullets loaded, continuity chains. Every run, every arc, every bleed. FOMO flames feed the market's greed. War slab, the hype is alive. Trending heat keeps the legends revived. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slab it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe curse. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip that spec, pumping dumb dreams. Holy grail whispers, tear at the seams. Market spikes in the rumor mill's breath. Crossovers ink the line of death. Footnotes trace the collector's code. White pages pure in a mylar hold. Investment grade, sealed in a tomb, but the panels still scream, they boom. Back issue fire, collector's sin. Every variant cover pulls you back in. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slab it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe curse. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. K-S-U, arc eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slab it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe curse. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. K-S-U, arc eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst.
Hey, Cliff.
Hi.
How you doing?
Woo! I just read it. And I just in the moments that we were preparing to go live, I just got another piece of news, a little whiff of news, and I'm like, wow, this industry is wild.
Oh, so you have some breaking news.
Yeah, I just read Steve Eichenbaum, the
Well,
CEO.
we'll talk about that. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
I just saw it.
Okay, hold on to that because I need to know. Send it to me in the private link so that we could definitely talk a little bit about it because it'll be completely new news to me. All right. Besides that, since you're doing that,
I have to send it to your Insta DM.
okay.
It's not giving me another choice.
Oh, really? Even though there's a private thing there? All right. So I'm going to go to my Insta. What is up, everybody? And welcome to yet another edition of Top Trending Comics with Cliff and Izzy. Hey.
Hey, and boy, are we gonna be? Their boys are gonna be trending tonight.
Oh, this is actually pretty good because this is something that we will be talking about today. So I'm saying this now. Ooh, interesting.
Interesting or wildly arrogant? We'll talk about it more later.
Yes, definitely. We'll talk about that because we'll put it as part of the other part of our conversation and stuff like that. So, Cliff, how was your weekend? Because my weekend was fun, and I know you had a great weekend.
My weekend was fun. We had our Toys for Tots toy drive. Yeah, you can barely see my little Toys for Tots pen, but we raised over $800 and we collected 6 boxes of toys. And and thankfully, because every year seems to be a struggle, and this year was a very, very struggling year for a lot of people. And we still pulled off a great year, and yet still, I know there's a county next door to mine that had no Toys for Tots this year. And like that was devastating. And the county I live in, the representative from the county where the comic book store is, he is also my county's representative now for Toys for Tots. So a lot has changed in a year, and but the goal remains the same, and we're bringing a little bit of joy and a little bit of life into many families' hearts and homes this year, and that's what really matters.
Yes, that doesn't matter. I had a great weekend as well. We did the grand opening on Saturday in Pelham Comics. It was, I will say, a success. It was fantastic. I did a whole bunch of sketches here and there. I did some sketches that I never expect to do. DJ Link was in the house as well.
Ooh.
And we were doing sketches. I ended up doing some Muppets. So I did a Kermit for somebody. And of course, this always happens when you're at a convention, when you're at some other place. You have the tendency to, when you do a drawing, someone else sees you doing that drawing and then they just want to follow along to that. You know what I mean? So like, for example, if I draw a Captain America, then everybody wants me to draw a Captain America. Or if I draw a Spider-Man, then everybody wants me to draw a Spider-Man. So in this particular instance, kind of the same thing happened where there was people and it was like, oh yeah, give me a Kermit the Frog. So I was like, okay, I've never drawn Kermit. And it ended up being a really cool Kermit the Frog that I ended up doing. So I ended up having to do another Muppet character, but that one was for our boy DJ Lynx, who did partake in the festivities. He came for the ribbon cutting, so we had the ribbon cutting and all that stuff. And then he was like, all right, he ended up getting a certain amount, so he ended up getting a free sketch from a comic book. And the comic book he picked was Rat City.
How fun.
That's right. And there goes Papa with our first one. Papa, you know how the game goes. I got the letters, so we'll talk about that in a second. So thank you, Papa. So he ended up asking for Riz. Is it Rizzo or Riz the Rat?
It's Rizzo the Rat.
He ended up asking for Rizzo the Rat in the iconic Biggie Smalls with the crown look. So I ended up having to do that. It actually came out pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure he's going to show it off sooner or later. So I did that. I did a Riddler. I did a Miles. I did a Cyborg from Teen Titans Go Cyborg version. And I put a little booyah, and that was for one of the people that wrote the paper. the local paper in the school. That was pretty cool. So it's going to be featured in the local paper over there.
Yay.
Awesome. Good stuff. So it was a good weekend. All right, let's take a moment and say what's up to the chat, starting with our boy Las Cruces, who made it first as always with hello from Nuevo Mexico. There we go. We got our man Kenneth Bird in the house. He's here.
Dennis.
As we know, Papa Willie's here 8 hours later. I'm not giving up on my song. I love my song, right? The 80s guy is in the house. What's going on? My boy Lando, Black Crown Comics. We had a fantastic time yesterday. To the familia, much love. He's going to get ready to do his show afterwards. Dale of Suspense. Oh my goodness. I had to send him 2 packages.
Oh.
Because so here's the crazy thing, Cliff. I don't know if you ever had to deal with having a big stack of comics.
Yes, many times.
All right.
It's nightmarish.
So I ended up exactly. So I ended up giving him a big stack of comics because that was from the November winnings. Well, no, that was from the October winnings, but there was a slab associated with it as well. So I was getting the whole box together, and I put it in the box, and the box ended up weighing, Cliff, it weighed 11 pounds.
Woo!
Right. But then I have to protect the slab because you don't want the slab to break, of course, right? So you put some extra padding for the slab and all that stuff. So I ended up getting a bigger box. The price of that box ended up being like $35.
Yeah.
But then when I ended up separating the 2 boxes, it was significantly less. So I told Dale, I was like, dude, I'm gonna send you 2 boxes. So you're gonna get 2 boxes. So I hope he got them. At this time, I think he did. He might have gotten it. Did you, Izzy, watch Saturday night's main event? Don't pretend it was a great week. So, Cliff, you're not familiar with this whole Saturday night's main event. It's a wrestling thing.
I believe that John Cena tapped out or whatever, and everybody is out of their mind. Probably probably the way I was when Superman and Doomsday finished each other off.
No, it was a little different than that. So what ended up happening is that he did tap out. The man that says never give up, gave up. But what was interesting about the way he tapped out is that he did it with like a nonchalant smile.
Mm-hmm.
He's there. They got him on the guy Gunther has him on the sleeper, and he literally was like that. Like it wasn't like he was fighting anymore. It was like, I'm done. This is it. It's over.
Well, I mean, hasn't this whole bit been a little bit disastrous anyway?
It had its ups and downs.
Okay, I mean,
a heel turn. There was a heel turn that had promise, but it didn't deliver because the people involved in the heel turn kind of like disappeared, which was The Rock. He kind of like, let's do the heel turn, let's be part of it, and then he went away and never came back.
Yeah, well, that's not even entirely his fault. I don't feel like people were on board with it.
Where you get it just didn't work. You know what I mean? So anyway, Papa gave his $5 Gunther making me tap out as super chat. I gotta start getting more thank you images here. Lady F is in the house. Lady Fantastic, what's going on, Caroline? I bet that Rizzo turned out great. Oh, the Rizzo actually did come out pretty cool. I didn't expect it to look as good as it did. FYI, my cup. Ah, yes, he did get something. So maybe tomorrow he'll show it. Oh, if that happens. And we got the empathetic connection. Oh, dude, what is that kind of not type name? He's in the house. All right. So, Papa, you still owe me a letter because we are going to add to the box. We have 5 books as always. You have to pick from A, B, C, D, or E. Every time a super chat comes in, we add a book to the pile. Cliff, there's some new books here.
Oh.
But there's some Copper Age books.
Oh.
And there's a Silver Age book.
Oh.
Yes. So pop up A, B, C, D, or E. Let's take a look at what's already in this pack. All right. So, I didn't add that in the pack. Neither did I. Well, that's for next week. There's some letters that I didn't add to the pack. That's got to go for next week. Completely forgot about those. But those are for next week, which they're thematic, so that's why they're next week. Let's see here. We already add a cool Batman #2 Jim Lee cover. We've added that to the pack. We've added Venom 252, a nice little foily book. Look at that thing. All right. We did a gold cover New Mutants 98 featuring the first appearance. Well, I said 98. I meant 87. First appearance of Cable. We've added a sketch variant of Medieval Spawn by Todd McFarlane at #1. And we've also added a nice little sketch featuring Vision and the Scarlet Witch. So that's been added, as well as 9.6 Young Avengers slab that's going to go in the winner for this month's Rat Pack. And Papa is going for the letter E. So let's see, what's the letter E? You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, it's the Joker.
It's the Ben Oliver Absolute Joker issue number 15. I love this. Is one of my favorite covers, though. I have to admit, this is a good cover. So this has been added. Again, we haven't gotten the other ones in there yet. Hola, mi gentes. 19 Chohibita? That's how you say it? Chohiba?
I think it's Cohiba.
Cohiba? All right, welcome. All right, so we got a lot to talk about. Let's get to the news. You ready to talk about some news?
I mean, we could try.
We could try. Let's give it a shot. Let's talk some news. All right, so the first thing we have to talk about. Well, the first thing we have to talk about. Thanks, Cliff. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. But you had to do it on that timing, right? And you went with the letter D.
Well, you know what happened? My payment was circling, and right then it went through, and it was sitting here for 3 minutes, and now I was like, well, now it's happening.
Well, Cliff, this is a book that I actually see behind you. I see the book behind you.
Ooh,
it is X-Men 257.
Right up there.
Since you have this book, what is this book?
All right, so that is the first appearance of Jubilee's costume, right? But we also get the return of Psylocke.
Yep, we also get the return of Psylocke. We actually get Psylocke in her new costume too, don't we? We get the side blade.
Well, we get the side blade, but we don't get the new costume yet. Here, she's still Lady Mandarin.
So there you have it. So that's being added to the pile. We still got a couple of letters. How was the grand opening? It was fantastic. We had a great time. Wish you were there, bro. Wish you were there, Ralph. Okay. So let's get to our big news of the day, because it is big news. This dropped over the weekend. And since you mentioned something, we're going to talk about something else, right? So let's go ahead and showcase what this means. So for those of you who don't know, and I'm just going to put this a little larger for everybody to actually read the news. Collectors to acquire Beckett. Now, for those of you who do not know who Collectors is the company that owns PSA. And for those of you who don't know who Beckett is, it is the company that owns CBCS. So what this happens? So an acquisition looks to elevate the historic collectibles company while maintaining its distinct brand and operation. So on December 15th, that was yesterday, guys. Collectors, a leading provider of grading and marketplace services in the collectibles industry, announced they have entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Beckett, one of the most respected companies in collecting. Beckett will remain an independent brand for the time being, within the Collectors family of companies, continuing to operate with its own operations, customer experience, and standards around grading, marketplace, magazines, and price guides. So without having to say too much here, I'm going to go down to what Nate Turner, the CEO of Collectors, says. I am pleased to share this iconic. Beckett is joining the Collectors family and will continue to operate as its own independent brand within our portfolio. So, in layman's term, Cliff, what does this mean?
I'm sorry, I'm just so disgusted. I mean, they just basically bought the competition and are forcing us closer and closer to a monopoly situation, which just seems to be happening literally every other day of 2025. And I'm nauseous. I'm so sick. I'm like, a hedge funds bought perfectly good companies, and now those hedge funds are buying each other. Am I getting it right, Izzy? Am I getting
more
it right?
money, more money?
Yeah, more money, more problems.
So
usually for us.
So really, number 3 bought number 2.
Yeah.
Pretty much in a nutshell. Number 3 bought number 2.
Well, listen. I don't know. I don't know statistically where PSA is at in all this.
Well, within the comic book landscape.
Yeah, within the comic book landscape. Yeah, the number 3 guy came in, scooped up the number 2 guy, and kind of, and here we are. So now, and I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking about just what services they're going to incorporate, who they're going to keep, who they're going to let go, and how they're going to use this, moving forward.
Well, to me, it's one of those situations where,
and that's me being.
I think this is standard boilerplate talk, right? So what they're saying is we're buying it because we believe we could have synergy with one another. They're going to keep their practices. We're going to keep our practices. That's in layman's terms saying for now. They forgot to put the for now, because there is no need whatsoever to have 2 of the same type of companies operating separately. If you are literally doing the exact same thing, what's the point of having that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're right, Cliff. This is happening a lot lately, and it's true, but that's standard practice. That kind of happens throughout the landscape of everything, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I do hate I hate both, because, and mostly I hate the game. It's ridiculous. We're reducing competition. We're homogenizing standards. All right. We're pricing away from the customer. CGC is doing it. In 5 years.
We just talked about it last week.
Yeah, in 5 years, 65% change. And now the same thing's going to happen over here, Yeah. And then what? Grading will be catered to only the most exclusive of people, or people are going to save up all their money that they had to save for a freaking Grail just to submit a book now? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. And to me, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like you're saying you're going to keep your practices alive and you're going to keep things separately. There's no need to do that. If you are owning, why are you competing against yourself? Why would you?
It's ridiculous. Okay. They've got WATA for video games. They now have Beckett for cards and price guides. They now have CBCS for comics, which don't integrate. They have SGC for cards, PCGS for coins, PSA for cards and comics. I mean, again, homogenization. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. This also reminds me of the days of the Baby Bells. I don't know how familiar you are with the Baby Bells with the telephone companies.
Oh, yeah, way back then, yes.
Yeah, so back in the day, that was called, it was a term, and, this is definitely dating me, because it kind of was thing in the 60s and 70s. And then in the 80s, what happened in the 80s is when we ended up getting these mergers within these Baby Bells. So I think AT&T was the master, right? It owned everything. And the government stepped in and said, no, you cannot. We're going to split it up. And what they ended up doing, they regionalized the telephone companies. So they got regionalized. Every state or county, I don't know exactly how it worked, they had their own little telephone. That's why they're called the Baby Bells. So if you remember, there was Bell Atlantic, 9X was another one. Those are the ones that I remember off the top of my head, because those are the ones that were local. I
remember
New York Telephone,
Jersey Bell.
Exactly. So it was a lot of that. So why am I saying this? So the reason why is that in the 80s, going into the 90s, one company that was really taking the lead was AT&T, was also Bell Atlantic. Bell
Yep.
Atlantic was the big one. Those two were constantly at fighting each other. So Bell Atlantic eventually won over most of this area where I'm at.
Yep.
I remember 9X, they bought out 9X and then everything became Bell
Yep.
Atlantic, but then that's when they changed their name, and then we know them today as Verizon. And Verizon took over the telephone company. AT&T still existed within other areas, but then as we know today, as time progressed, it ended up moving towards the cellular market, even though landlines still exist to this day through ways of cable services and fiber optics and things like that. And it just ended up becoming, so what ended up being we have to split you up because we don't want a monopoly, slowly reverted back. And I think that's what's happening here. We are slowly getting back to this level of, and it didn't really happen that long because how much competition does it really have in the collectors, grading? You know what I mean? It's not a big thing. There's not a lot to begin with. And now we're dealing with, I was excited for PSA coming in because that brings us a new person in the group. Let's be honest. EGX, PGX, they'll be gone within a matter of years.
But they're still independently owned.
They're gonna be sold sooner or later. I wouldn't be surprised if EGC jumps in and buys them out now.
That dude's gonna run EGX till he dies. You know, and he has.
But it's a possibility.
He has said
the same. We said the same thing with Vince McMahon, and he sold WWE.
Vince McMahon is a piece of work, so I don't even want to compare.
No, say the right word, trash. But the reality of it is that's how we felt. No, he deserves it. Trust me, he deserves it. But the same thing happened in wrestling. The same thing happened in other industries. The same thing's happening in comic books.
Right, I know, but the thing is, like, I'm just saying, everything we know is a freaking joke, okay? We're supposed to have everything in place to prevent these things from happening, and instead, all we do is just hand it over.
But that's the capitalist way. Isn't that the capitalist way?
Right, I know, but the capitalism isn't supposed to be just unlimited resources to bury us in the process, okay?
Well, it was intended for competition, not to have a monopoly, but the idea was to buy as much as you could possibly buy until you get to that point that you shouldn't buy everything.
Well, everyone's buying everything, so where are we at now? You know,
we're back to everybody's buying everything.
We're down to Disney, Netflix. Disney and Netflix own everything, and one day
don't forget Apple.
Okay, so what? Maybe Apple is going to end up buying CGC and PSA, and then that's that. You know,
there was a rumor, onto a different subject, but in similar, there was a rumor that Netflix was going to buy Disney. That's crazy. That was going to happen. That was a plan, and it could still very well be a plan. But now, with the purchase of WB, I don't think that's happening anymore.
Lady Fantastic, end stage capitalism. There you go.
There you go. And this is not a political thing, but let's take a look because this is interesting. You just dropped this information to me. So let me go ahead and share it with you guys. So this just dropped, right? Like less than an hour ago, this came out.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and let's share that information. So go ahead and read it for us, would you?
A message from Steve Eichenbaum, CEO of Certified Collectibles Group. Yesterday's announcement only reinforces what I've been saying for a while. CGC is the clear choice for collectors. We offer fast turnaround times, consistent grading, the best holders, and great customer service.
Best holders.
All done with integrity. This man is going to burn in hell just all these lies, he'll be in hell. CGC is part of the Certified Collectibles Group, which has graded more than 100 million collectibles since 1987.
That's how long it's been around? Wow.
Unbelievable. Including the CGC 9.0 Superman #1 that recently sold for a world record 9.12 million. We are the world leader in coins, banknotes, comic books, and magazines, and the fastest growing grading service in cards. We not only serve more categories than any other grading service, but also more regions with offices in the US, UK, Europe, UAE, and China. And you didn't do Canada, you sucker! Anyhow, In my 25 plus years at the helm of this company, the helm of this company, I know that change is inevitable. However, when the world changes around us, we focus on the reason we exist, to protect collectors and dealers by providing accurate and impartial grading services. Really? I mean, this is so arrogant. I'm nauseous. He could have just said, hey, we remain strong in our commitment to collectors, blah, blah, blah. But no, he had to be like, we're amazing. We have the best holders. No, you don't. There's 500 videos about how much your holders suck. I'm like, you guys had a scandal this year because your holders suck. Freaking believable. Unbelievable.
Lies.
Like, I mean, and the thing is, like, I've defended CGC in the past. This is indefensible. Like,
the virtual signaling
is nauseating. Yes. Like, unbelievable.
This is interesting that this came out literally as we were talking.
I know. I was sick to my stomach. I sent it to Lando immediately. I was like, look at this garbage.
All right, now that that's out of the part, how long do you think how long it's gonna take before they drop CBCS?
A year minimum.
Do you think it's gonna be a year?
Maximum a year.
Maximum. Wow.
Maximum a year. Have you ever been part of a merger before?
I have been.
Right. And how quick is that elimination process?
It's all dependent on what's in the way.
Very often, not much is in the way. Whatever can go will go. Right. I remember the first time I was in part of an acquisition. We were gone in one. We had an ISDN connection for a private meeting. And they're like, oh, we hired this brain trust to do blah, blah, blah. And when we left, everyone's like, oh, that sounds good. Like, we'll have more resources. I was like, that sounds like we're gone. That's what that sounds like. Oh, you think? And I'm like, that's my takeaway. Why are they telling us this? And then, sure enough, a week later, bam, one by one, here's your final paycheck. Be on your way. You know? There was this dude crying in the lobby because he had been with this company from when they were private to when they became corporate, to now they just got bought out and sent him on his way. And the last 8 years of his life are done. You know, he invested his time and energies and effort and creativity because he made software for this company that shined. And now thank you. And now thank you for your service. Here's your last 2 weeks' pay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how it works. So for me, I've been part of the merger a few times. The one I remember the most is really the first one for me that I was part of. So where I was working in my job, we were working for a company which was rather large. You know, it was an electronic company. It's like we make parts. In fact, our company designed the plastic behind the Legos. So that's a special plastic that they make. It's things like that. So it was a Fortune 500 company. That company was purchased by this other company, obviously who had more money than the other one. And for about 2 or 3 years, we were doing well. Like they merged us. We were part of something different. We were very different from the rest of the organization, but we were kind of a cash cow for them in some way. And it turned out what ended up happening is that the company we were working for, because we were contractors towards another company, the company that we were contracting to decided to buy out our contract. But in doing that, they decided to let go of 80% of the people and then hire the other 20%. So in other words, everybody was getting let go. Everybody. But 20% of those individuals will have to be interviewed to be hired. And I was part of middle management. So there really wasn't a position for me. There was one position for 15 of us. Right? And the thing was, they already knew who they were going to hire. So people got interviewed. It didn't matter. It was like, we have to, it was one of those situations of, we just have to do the formalities. You get what I'm saying? Like when you get into an interview with somebody and right off the top of your head, this is not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it because they're doing it because they have to do it, not because they want to do it. And that was the case for many of us. So I left the company. I took a nice little severance package. I'll give it that much. It was a nice little severance package because I had 8 years in the company. And as a result, I moved on. I was very fortunate enough to be unemployed for about a month. And I ended up getting another job. And it's funny because that other job, I was there for 2 years and it was another layoff. So that one was a little more harder though. But it's been nice knowing you, CBCS.
It was a good time.
And
they had a good, and they actually had a decent slab.
They had a decent slab. The label was looking good.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
I was gonna say, maybe PSA will learn something from that.
Oh, they're not good. They're arrogant.
I know. I don't even know.
But I will say, you could kind of see the writing on the wall, especially in the conventions. In the conventions, you notice there was a lack of presence of CBCS, especially in New York Comic Con. They were kind of there, but they weren't. You know what I mean? So there you have it. That's the first. That's the big story of the day, really. Our second story of the day is something that I think was very interesting and something I feel like we got to talk about. It's comic book related. So let's go ahead and talk about what we know so far. So this week, we're going to get our first Avengers Doomsday trailer. I plan on seeing it this Thursday when I go see Avatar. But there was some leaks. Did you hear about the leak?
Oh, I feel like the leaks were quite intentional.
Well, were they?
Something about Captain America pulling up to his and Peggy's home. There's a baby inside. He's looking at his old uniform. We assume this is the timeline that he created when he was returning the Infinity Stones and then chose to stay with Peggy. And then I also heard that maybe Robert Downey Jr. or Dr. Doom is showing up at the front door. But the only images I saw were the motorcycle, him touching the costume, looking at holding the baby. That's all I saw.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, we're sorry that Cliff did not say spoiler alert. So,
oh, please.
So, but so we see Peggy. So I think the big news here really is that Chris Evans is returning. Which
we knew that.
No, it was never announced.
He was
never announced.
His name was on the chairs.
Go back to the 5-hour video. He's not on the chair.
Oh my God. Well, there's so many damn names. I swear it was him.
He was never on the chair. That's the big news. Yes, America's ass is back. But I think the bigger question is, he was holding a baby.
Yeah.
That's apparently his baby.
With Peggy, sure, why not?
So who is this baby? And what's the significance behind this baby? Because this baby must have been born in the 40s.
Yeah. Or
so therefore, this baby, first of all, can this baby be a mutant? Because of why not?
Because that's just too much.
You don't think they'll pull that off, that the baby's a mutant?
No, that's way
because
too
he's
much.
captain's
Captain's kid.
No,
that's too much.
Please.
No, it is. What do you mean? Oh, please. What?
He's not gonna be a mutant.
Baby could be a mutant. Why are you jumping way out? That baby is not going to exist. Whatever's going on there.
You don't think that baby's going to have some kind of significance towards this movie?
Absolutely not. It's just going to be symbolic of what Steve loses. And then how he loses it is what we're going to see.
So you think he's going to go through an incursion?
I think Steve caused an incursion by going to be with Peggy, and now we're going to see. Now Dr. Doom is going to do some house cleaning.
Yep, that's right, Lady F.
We also Chris Evans is working with. He better be making babies. Sure.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, his brother Scott is a little bigger.
Good theory. Look at that. Lady F is with you. Hey, I think there's a possibility that this baby is a mutant. And I think
why even bother?
So I'm going with that's my theory. Here's the other thing I think. I think there's also this discussion that Could it be Sharon Carter? And that just makes it weird now. Think about it for a second. Didn't Sharon Carter and
Her niece.
her niece,
Yeah.
let's just say that, right? Because there was never any line about her having the baby. Her niece, didn't Sharon and Steve hook up?
In the comics.
No, in the movie they hooked up.
Share one kiss, nothing
It
else.
doesn't matter. That's a hookup already.
That is not a hookup.
That is a hookup. It's not like they
His
dated
penis
or
stayed in
anything.
his pants.
But still, ew. Ew. A package. We got a package.
Oh my god! I was like, wow, we're taking a turn, aren't we?
It's a heavy package too. Yeah, I think it is. I think she's trying. My wife is here. Debbie, you want to say hi? Say hi to Cliff. At least wave your hand or something.
Hi, Cliff.
Hi.
She says hi. She's trying to figure out what this is. This is a Christmas present to the cat. It's Tiki Cat. Tiki Cat food.
Oh,
There you go. That's what it was. This is what happens. This is live TV, guys. Live TV. Okay, so here's some more details. There is rumors, and I think this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, besides Chair Watch, is that we're going to get 4 individual trailers.
that makes sense.
One trailer each week in the movie theaters.
Yes.
So you will have to go see Avatar 4 times to see it all.
That's not the way I heard it, and also YouTube exists, so
YouTube will it will drop. They didn't announce when it will drop on YouTube, but it will be exclusive in the movie theaters for that week, I suppose, and then the following week, I'm sure it'll be dropped on YouTube, or almost within a day or two or something.
I'm sure within a day.
Yeah, because everybody's gonna leak it anyway in some way, so why not? So that's the rumor. And so here is one theory, is that the first video we get is this one, which is Cap. And then I'll let you know on Thursday if it is. All right. So the first one's going to be Cap. There is also rumors that the second and the third one will be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Oh, that sounds like no. Again, that's too much.
I do believe Tobey's in this movie. Tobey, out of all the people in the world, I think Tobey's in the movie. Another thing is that we kept the Chris Evans thing pretty secret, in the sense of we didn't see him in Europe or filming or anything like that. So he filmed. No one caught that. There was always rumors about him returning, of course, but no one caught him actually being on location. Tobey, however, was on location.
He also could have just been visiting a friend and having a coffee.
Oh, you believe that crap?
I don't, but I'm just saying. Sometimes
First of all, he's going to Europe. He's not having a coffee. He's having tea.
Saying, look what happened with Taylor Swift Dazzler. All right, we get ahead of ourselves and create shit.
No, Toby's going to be in the movie. Come on, let's be honest. Toby's in the movie.
I don't think so. And if
This
he
ain't
is,
this ain't a Dazzler thing.
if he is, I don't even care. All right. The main reason Marvel needs to release these 4 freaking trailers, right, is to build some freaking sense of urgency for people to want to go and see this movie. Because
Avatar or
Doomsday.
Okay.
Doomsday.
Look, Cliff is being so negative.
Oh no! I am pragmatic.
Lady F, who's the creeper? I want to know who. Oh, he's a creeper.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire, low key.
Really?
No, he's not a creeper. I think he's fine. He just looks a little creeperish.
All right.
I mean, look, he came out of retirement for Spider-Man. I appreciate him. You know.
Yeah. All right. So, and then the Russos dropped this image, which I have no idea what to think of it.
Mutation, the building blocks of modern man. I mean, like, I don't know. Who released that?
All they did was put hashtag Avengers Doomsday. That's just what they put.
That could be a piece of Doom's mask for all we know.
It could be whatever, but that's what they dropped. So there you have it, guys. That's the news. I didn't want to throw in so much news because I think we have plenty to talk about today. It's a fun day, Cliff. But I want to remind the world of a few things. If we still have we still got 3 more comics in this stack that we have to add.
Did you?
So,
oh yeah. Mine happens to be a Psylocke. Yes.
So there is a Silver Age comic in this pack. There is I guess we could call it a Copper Age, and there's a new comic book. So that's right. We got these 3 in there, so we'll add it into the pack once we get to super chat. A super chat of any size as well. It doesn't really matter to me. What's up, Comic Cap Collectibles? Hyper Black Knight. It's a chicken foot.
That's what it looks like.
It does look like a chicken foot, doesn't it? All right. So you did your Toys for Tots. I had the grand opening of Pelham Comics. And next week's a very important week for us. What's happening next week, Cliff?
Next week?
What's so important about next week?
Christmas is next week?
Yes, Christmas. We are 8 days away from Christmas Eve. Now, I have a question for you, Cliff. When does your family celebrate Christmas? On Christmas Eve? Okay, and what happens on Christmas Eve? I want to hear your part.
So Christmas Eve,
I can see the headache already.
It's the food, the music, the drinking, opening presents at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, the freaking band would come to the door and everything, and then you just
you had carolers?
No. Okay, no, we had Latin musicians, okay, with drums and everything, and we had to serve them coffee and hot chocolate, and of course, you have to invite them in and serve them.
I like that you have the festive sweater on. Now I'm thinking about it. You got a little festive sweater. Look
of course, I have the festive sweater on. I have to honor this time of year, and also Black Panther's beautiful ass that's coming out tomorrow. So anyhow, just I don't know if you ever had. Well, I don't think you had that because you're in the city, and I think it's a little harder to come by.
Yeah, we don't have bands coming around the city.
I forgot what they're called when they come around.
Carolers.
No, those are carolers. These are Latinos. They're not carolers. It's a whole nother level.
Drinking coquito, eating flan. Oh wow!
That's right. Yes. Because that's one thing the Spanish infected all of us with. They infected all of us with the damn flan.
Oh, well, I had coquito on Saturday. It was pretty good.
I had coquito this afternoon. Out of work.
No, our coquito was non-alcoholic. But it still tastes great.
Hilariously, the one I had today was vegan and non-alcoholic. And then as soon as I walked through the door, well, it just tastes more coconutty. But as soon as I walked in the door, I put on the computer and then I splash some rum in it.
Was it Bacardi?
Actually, Dunque.
Oh, okay. That I'll accept that.
It's the only acceptable.
Yes, because Bacardi's Bacardi. I don't drink, but I'm just saying. And by the way, happy birthday to my sister. Today's my sister's birthday. So I had to remind you. So in case they pop up and like my mom or something would show up and say things like, you didn't say happy birthday to your sister. My mom does that.
I said happy birthday, and it's on the record.
I got Cliff here as proof. I have to call her. I think she's in the zoo.
Oh my God! Is Matt Damon there with her?
No, but Thomas Wayne may be there. No, so Bronx Zoo has the Christmas light show. So of course that happens at night. You have to watch it at night. So it's actually pretty impressive. So pretty good stuff there. So that's where I think that's where they are right now. So that's where they're spending their day in the zoo. It's not that far from here, but I decided to stay home. All right. So for me, I'm with you. We're a very Puerto Rican house, so we do most of our festivities on Christmas Eve. Even though I do recall on Christmas Day, we actually had the dinner. But somehow, I don't know exactly when it happened, they switched it to Christmas Eve. It just turned out that way. So like all the cooking, everything happens on Christmas Eve. But now we started a new tradition in our household afterwards, since I was like, we're not doing anything on Christmas Day. Let's do something. We go to the movies on Christmas Day. So we do the whole Jewish thing because that's like a very Jewish thing to do on Christmas Day.
That's just a very American thing that happens.
Yeah, exactly. But the Americans, most people go have their Christmas dinner on Christmas Day and all that stuff. It doesn't happen on Christmas Eve.
No, Christmas Day is a very popular movie theater day in America for a very long time.
Yeah. So we're gonna go.
The counterpart to our movie theater experience on Christmas Day is television on Christmas Day in the UK. That's when the Doctor Who specials air and all that other stuff. Very interesting.
Cool. Yeah, for us, our plan is to go see Zootopia 2.
Oh, good.
Yes, which is killing it right now. The movie already hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Insane.
Right? So that's what we're gonna be doing. We'll go see Zootopia, and we'll probably go into one of the theaters in Avatar just to see the trailer for Avengers again and then leave. Because that's what people are going to do, right? They're going
to run to your theater. You're like, oh no, we're in the wrong place.
No, I guarantee you they won't care. We'll just stand there.
I know. I'm being ridiculous.
We'll be standing there. It's like, we're just watching the trailer. Okay, we saw a trailer. Now we leave. But yeah, that's happening. And then we watch, of course, we watch a couple of Christmas stuff. I definitely watch Christmas Story. We watch Elf. We watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Those are like the 3 top movies that we watch on Christmas. And of course, we need to watch Batman the Animated Series, Christmas with the Joker. That is a must watch.
Isn't that the first episode?
That's technically the first Joker episode.
Okay, for some reason, I always think of it as it's the first Joker episode. That's right.
Yeah, it's the first Joker episode. You could tell by the animation a little bit. The animation is not as clean as it gets later. So, cool stuff. And Puerto Rico, go ahead, read that for me.
En Puerto Rico se llama Parranda Navideña a los Villa.
Look at us. We're
oh my God. But yeah, it is Parranda. La Parranda would come every year when I was a kid, and there was just no sleeping. And everyone clapping and singing and loving it. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to sleep.
Please, Papa, no, not Home Alone over Christmas Story. I'm sorry. Christmas Story has a special place in my heart, man.
They both have a special place in my heart, and they're both very good in their own right.
Well, we already saw Home Alone 1. We're going to see Home Alone 2 later this week.
I got to tell you, Home Alone 2 is actually very smart. And the way that they lose Kevin the second time is so good because both parents are shown being paranoid about losing him.
Yeah, his dad was like, we're okay. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. So, hey, I like Home Alone 2 a little bit more because it's from New York. And I kind of like it. And the stuff he did to the crooks was worse in Home Alone 2. Like, he electrocuted a guy. And he dropped bricks on their... He
did some horrifying things to them.
Yeah, he dropped bricks on them guys, man.
I'm just saying, even the first movie, what he did was borderline deadly. I'm just saying.
It wasn't as bad as the second one. The second one, he murdered them 10 times over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right. So with that being said, Cliff and I decided to share with you what we call our Christmas wish list. So these are the comic books that we want underneath the tree for us. So that's what we're going to do here and here it comes, with our Christmas wish list. So the way we did it is, instead of going 5 Cliff, 5 me, we do have 5 each, but we're doing it in order of price. So we're going to go from lowest to highest. And looking at what we have right now, look at this. Look at these 4 books already, Cliff.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a fun list.
I feel like my list goes from semi-realistic to, oh my God.
No, I think yours is very realistic.
Yeah.
I think mine's is a little more tougher.
Yeah. No, mine ends tough and starts a little more realistic.
Yeah, yours is really simple. So let's go ahead. Why you're insulted?
Because there's only one Marvel, but Lady Fantastic, think about it. It's one of the most gorgeous Marvels of them all.
Well, there'll be more Marvels to see. I just wanted to throw in those books there. All right, so let's start off with our first book in our list, and that's Tales of Teen Titans 44. This is obviously one of your picks. This book came out in 1984. We have a high sale at a 9.8, believe it or not, at $700. It came out in February of 2022. Last sale of this book is $36 at a no grade. The raws go for about $63 in a very fine, which is the most common. $326 is the most common for a 9.8. 8,754 copies in the CGC census, because as we know today, that's probably the only census that's going to matter anymore moving forward. So what's the deal with this book, as if we didn't know, Cliff?
I mean, well, Dick Grayson finally commits to being Nightwing, and I love it because on that page he talks about how influential Batman and Superman are in his life. And that's when he takes the name Nightwing, which is the Kandorian version of Batman. Because Nightwing and Flamebird were the defenders of the city of Kandor and vigilantes of Krypton. So there's that. Plus, Deathstroke the Terminator, their villain since issue 2, right? He just keeps finding ways to come after them. And we meet his son Jericho, who shows up for the first time. Who just has to make eye contact with you to possess you.
He doesn't talk either, right? He's mute.
He doesn't talk. He's mute. And and even more, add more on top of that, Detective Dick Grayson is all in this, right? Because he is straight up like, man, how did he defeat Donna? Because there's no way he could defeat her in hand-to-hand combat. And he realizes that this guy, knocked Donna unconscious by using the chemicals that she uses to develop film, because back in the day we actually had to develop your photos, right?
Remember those days?
Yeah, exactly. Those, where you have the red light room and everything. I love it. I love this issue, and obviously, I've read.
Okay, so here's the interesting thing I've noticed just by looking at this cover. Apparently, Nightwing was always pumping spicy, because look at that.
Yes.
Look at that V-neck he's got. Yeah. He got pulling out his little chest hair going on there. What's up with
George
that?
Perez knew exactly what he was doing.
So that was one of your picks. Let's go to our next book in our list, and that's Action Comics 340. This came out in 1966 for DC Comics. We have a high sale of this book at $3,495 at a 9.6. That sold. Oh, what happened to my? It just disappeared. It did it again. It just straight up closed up. So that was weird. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. PowerPoint just decided to turn off.
Oh, no.
All right, there it goes. It's coming back. There we go. That was odd. Okay, so Action Comics 340, 1966 for DC Comics. We have a high sale of $3,495 in a 9.6, which actually kind of, to me, was a little bit of a shocker. That was in December of 2024. This book last sold at a no grade for $20. Ross goes for $36 at a very good. $237 at a 7.5 is the average.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, very reasonable. 626 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of Parasite. So this one is interesting to me. I like this pick. This was definitely another one of your picks.
Yeah, well, I still want as many Superman keys as possible, and I don't have the Parasite, and there's really only 2 big Parasite keys, this one and then the other one where he's known for, knocking Superman around. But yeah, just one of those things where, as I was going through trying to get all my Legion keys this year, I was like, man, look at all these Action Comics and Adventure Comics and all this other stuff happening. Yep, Parasite and Jim Shooter in this book.
So I was gonna just mention Jim Shooter.
Yep. I just love the Parasite. Just like he touches you, he's absorbing your power. It's a problem. I love that.
I noticed by the image here, is he punching Superman in the face or he's punching him in the neck?
No, he's punching him. Well, he's punching him in the face, right?
No, but it's like he's literally look at it again. He's like right here.
I think I really feel like that's a jaw hit, and it's just the way it's drawn is weird. or maybe he's punching him in the throat. But Superman's head is hitting that wall for sure.
Yeah, it definitely hit the wall. But notice how the brick wall has stood intact, but yet these flying bricks are still there.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love 60s comic books. This is a cool book. I like it. It is an early Jim Shooter. In fact, I believe this is Jim Shooter's first action comic, so his first time writing Superman. It's not in the sense of writing Superman proper, because he's written Superboy. Yeah. So that's what's pretty cool about this book. Yeah, it's a jaw hit. Papa says it's a jaw hit. All right. So that's a cool book. I like that book. Let's go to our next book in our list here. This is another one of your picks. So again, you were going modest. When I saw your list, I'm like, these are pretty attainable books. Cliff, you could get these books.
Maybe with a little heart and a little work. Yeah.
So this is Brave and the Bold, issue number 60. This one came out in 1965 for DC Comics. This has a high sale of $8,365 and 9.8. That was all the way back in August of 2008. The last sale of this book was $36 at a good. Raws are going for about $71 in very good condition. $192 is the average for a 5.5. 635 copies in the census. We got the first appearance of Wonder Girl Donna Troy. Also, this is the first time they actually get named Teen Titans, and it makes the cover. It's their second appearance as the Teen Titans,
which I don't count it. The three boys teamed up previously. You ain't the Teen Titans till Wonder Girl is there, and that's how I see it.
But I find it so interesting. I'm looking at the image of Wonder Girl. It's probably too small for you to see it.
Yeah, she's riding on Robin's shoulders. I love it.
Look at the head, the corner head. Her eyes are like this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Robin has like this evil eye stare. Aqualad, he's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So tell me about I know your fascination with the Titans. I know how you love teenage characters.
And I love Donna Troy.
Yeah, so talk to me.
The best individual comic I read this year was the Titans Annual, and it was all about Donna Troy.
So why this book?
Because so prior to this, Wonder Girl had appeared, but she was basically an imaginary story character. And then this dude is like, yeah, I'm going to use Wonder Girl. And it's like, wait, she's an imaginary story character. What are you doing? So then she had to become Donna Troy. And she had to be worked into continuity. And the poor girl's continuity has been rough ever since. But yeah, I consider this the first official Teen Titans, and that's that. So that's merely the reason I want it. I love the chemistry. These stories back then, for them, they had gorgeous covers, terrible stories, and then when
there were stories for the kids. There were stories for kids.
Sure, but like they were brutal.
It was the Silver Age, man.
They were brutal.
This is Silver Age. It was Silver Age.
They were brutal even for Silver Age. Like, that's what we're saying, and I am not alone in this opinion.
Yeah.
But George Perez and Marv Wolfman, gave them so much life, making them one of the top 2 comics in the industry when it became the new Teen Titans. So yeah, my Titans love girls is deep.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a look at our next book in this list, and this is one of my picks. X-Men.
And I can't blame you.
Well, there's obvious reasons for this one. X-Men 101. This book came out in 1976 from Marvel Comics. This has a high sale of $13,249 at a 9.8. That was in May of 2021. Last sale, this book was $450 in a fine. You could see this book for about $325. Fine is usually the average. $519 at an 8.5. There's currently 9,295 copies in the CGC census. This is the first appearance of Jean Grey as the Phoenix. Obviously, if you know. I named my youngest daughter Phoenix, and I do have a copy of the first Jubilee, who's my other daughter. I need to get this book. I want to get this in a high grade. So even though this book is on my wish list, it is also one of the books that I do plan on hunting down for 2026.
Woo!
So if anybody's watching and feels generous, hit me up.
I gotta tell you, it may be on my hunt list as well.
Yeah, it is definitely a book I've always wanted. It's an iconic cover. it's first of all, it's a John Byrne cover, which is fantastic. And my wife was the one to actually name my daughter Phoenix. So we had the name planned before she was born because Phoenix is a unisex name. But so we figured if it's a boy, we'll name it Phoenix. We were gonna name him Phoenix Nate. It was a boy. If it was a girl, we were gonna name her Phoenix Gray. So obviously, my daughter's name is Phoenix Gray. And that's how we went with this book. I love this book. I want to have this book. I definitely have a reprint of facsimile. I have one that's connected to a Funko Pop that's just hanging in the back. Right there, over there. It's right there. So I have that. It's not the same as the original. I want to have the original. I plan on having the original. I don't care if I get it raw. I don't care if I get it, slabbed. One or the other. I will prefer getting it raw because then I will get it slabbed. I don't have paying for the slab price, especially since it came out in 76. I don't have to worry about the pricing structure with that. The Street Fighter trailer was definitely something.
I thought it was amazing. I'm all in for outrage.
I'm all in.
I've always found Street Fighter outrageous, so the fact that the movie looks outrageous is perfectly okay for me.
But I think it's they're just being cheeky at this moment because they didn't share anything. They just showed some of the characters. They didn't even show us all the characters. So, all right, X-Men 101. Our next books in our list here is another one of your picks, and that is Adventure Comics 247. This book came out in 1958 for DC Comics. High sale of this book is $19,200 and an 8.5. That was in February of 2019, so I can only imagine what that book is worth now. Last sale of this book is $6,450. That was at a 6.0. You can get a fair to poor grade copy of this book at $149, which is very reasonable. Graded, however, will still cost you some bucks here. $1,560 at a 3.0, which is an average. There's currently 631 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. Go ahead and take it away, Cliff.
Hey, they're Superboy's friends from the future. They come from the 30th century and they want to recruit the Boy of Steel who inspired them to be heroes in their own time. We get Cosmic Boy and Saturn Girl and Lightning Boy, who is immediately renamed Lightning Lad the next time we meet the Legion of Superheroes.
Why did they do that? Do you know?
I don't know. I feel like Boy just didn't land well.
There was too many boys in the group,
right? They like alliteration. So Lightning Lad, Light Lass, Lightning Lass. Lana Lang, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. So they were like, yeah, more LL people.
Isn't that a Stan Lee thing? But this is Jim Shooter writing.
Well, no, Jim Shooter does not write. Jim Shooter doesn't come for years after this.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't only a Stan Lee thing. Well, maybe it was
Well, he made it a thing.
He kind of made it a thing, but he wasn't the first to make it a thing. But yeah, the LLs is a whole thing. There's even an issue of Superman where he meets somebody. I forgot what her name is, but her name is also LL, and he literally has the thought bubble of all the LL, including Lightning Lad and Light Lass from the Legion, which she is also Lightning Lass.
Yeah.
And he's like, what is it with LLs in my life? And I thought that was great. But yeah, the teen telepath Saturn Girl, Cosmic is basically Magneto, and then Lightning Lad, Lightning.
So listen to this one. Papa Wheelie says, "I'll get X-Men 101 and hold it hostage for your Catwoman 51."
I mean,
Papa, if you get an X-Men 101, and I'm talking first printing, not no second print, I will trade it. I will trade you. You got it here, Cliff. You are my witness.
Yeah, he wants the NYCC Catwoman, doesn't he?
He wants the
original Catwoman 51.
Yeah, he wants the original Catwoman 51, the Adam Hughes cover.
Yeah, I know where she's holding the thing.
Yeah, when she's the wanted poster. And the one I have is signed by Arthur. Oh my goodness, it's signed by Adam Hughes. The one I would. So it's signed by Adam Hughes. It is a very good condition book. If you are Papa, I'm telling you, if you are able to get an X-Men 101 I am willing to make that trade happen. You heard it here, Cliff. You are my witness.
I am.
All right. It's time to move on to one of my picks, and that is Superman 199. This book came out in 1967 for DC Comics. High sale this book is $19,750 at a 9.6 that came out in September of 2016. This is another one of those affordable books that's $50 at a no grade that just sold. And the raws are going for about $62 in very good condition. 7.5, $335, which I think is extremely acceptable. 1,667 copies in the CGC census. This is the very first Superman and Flash race.
Yes,
I also find it interesting that this is a black cover, so that also makes it a little more challenging.
Oh, super challenging.
That's why it's probably just
because
9.6.
Let me tell you, my copy of this, the spine is visible from the moon.
Oh, you have a copy of this one?
That's why it's not on my list, baby.
So now you know. So
Superman is my man. Superman is my man.
So and I'm a huge Flash guy. I don't know what it is. I just love Flash, but I'm a Wally Flash. To me, my Flash is Wally. When I got into comics, Wally was the Flash. So I feel like my generation, we have a special place for Wally, because I'll be honest, I feel like Barry's boring. And I feel like Wally has a little more spunk to him. And when they brought Barry back, I was actually upset because there was no need to bring him back. In my opinion,
he made such an amazing sacrifice.
He made a good sacrifice. We moved on. We were able to accept Wally as our Flash to the point that whenever we got to see the cartoons or any version of the Flash we see, the version that we are seeing is a Wally West version of the Flash with the name Barry Allen. You know what I'm saying? So the TV show, the cartoons are all taken from Wally West, his way of doing Flash. Barry Allen, I'm sorry, he is boring. However, going back to this one, I love this race. And here we go again. What is it with this? Is this a Jim Shooter spotlight that we just keep grabbing books that Jim Shooter did? I mean, this is another Jim Shooter writing.
He happened to have provided some solid books that are classics.
This is classic, and I love how, spoiler, it ends in a tie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is the one moment that I give it to Flash. He's known as the fastest man alive. Let him be the fastest man alive, and I think they've proven that he is.
It's well, it's varied, but it's almost always universally the Flash who wins these things.
Yeah, and he has no weakness when it comes to his speed, right? Whereas Superman, you just throw him some kryptonite and that's it. He can't run anymore.
I mean, again, depends on who's writing the story, the addition of the Speed Force,
yeah,
etc. But oh my God, I thought it was so cute when they did the Superboy Kid Flash race.
Yeah.
With Connor Kent, and the winner was Krypto. Beat both of them, and I was like, this is perfect.
But it does make sense.
Yes.
It does make sense. All right, so there has it. And it looks like Ice Cream Man is
I know, right? So weird. So weird.
All right, our next book is also another one of mine, and it's the Flash 123. This one's
it all started here.
It all started here. This has a high sale of $21,050 at a 9.4, and that was September 2016. Last sale of this book was $560 at 7.5, a pretty decent price too. You could get a raw copy at $285 at a good, $720 at 5.5. Interesting enough, the other book had 1,667. This one has 2 more books in the census. The importance about this book is that, as you said, this is the one that started it off. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrett. But it's also what's makes it even more important. This is the introduction of the multiverse, which also gives us the first appearance of Earth 2. This book is the book that kind of kicked off the whole multiverse, right? There were multiverses beforehand, but within the DC universe, this is the one that starts it off. This is a book I desperately want to have in my collection one day. Um, Obviously, my goal is to get a low grade copy. But again, part of the reason why we're doing this is so that if you guys are watching, you can always send us one. And stuff like that.
I was gonna say that 5.5 is attainable.
It's obtainable. $700 is,
Yeah, like it's like, oh, I gotta work for it, but like,
yeah, you gotta do your stuff.
Yeah.
And one of my goals for this year really has been to consolidate a little bit because I'm running out of space. I ran out of space a long time ago, but I'm really running out of space, and and my goal is to consolidate a bit. So that's something I do plan on doing some more. And in doing that consolidation, I could obtain some of these higher keys like this one. It is one that if I could find it at a really good copy, like a good at 285, I might pull the trigger for it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I might consider.
Can't blame you.
Yeah. All right. Our next book is another one of mine. Yeah, I'm just getting higher and higher.
Higher.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man 129, 1974 Marvel Comics. High sale of this book is $43,200 at a 9.8. That was in June of 2022. Last sale of this book, believe it or not, a no grade. A no grade, Cliff.
That's insane to me.
Sold for $1,560. Now, bear in mind, when we see no grades, we don't necessarily know what the no grade is. It could be a fully intact book, but we just don't know. That's how it was labeled. Raw copies, you can get it for $900 at very good. $1,822 at an 8.0. Now we're getting to the point of books that are a little unattainable as far as my wallet goes. But there's 19,707 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of the Jackal, but more importantly, it's the first appearance of Frank Castle, the Punisher. Another character that I personally love. When you write Frank Castle correctly, you have an amazing character. He's not this one-dimensional character. There's layers behind Frank Castle when you know how to write him. I think a lot of people don't know how to write him.
Wow, you sound like me talking about Superman.
Because it could be he's very easy to just turn as, oh, he's just a vigilante that kills criminals.
Yeah.
And you could do that. But when you read stories, Chuck Dixon, Garth Ennis, they have all wrote phenomenal stories featuring the Punisher. And in this particular issue, Punisher is kind of the same way. He's on an assignment to kill Spider-Man, but he doesn't really know that Spider-Man's really he's looking at Spider-Man as just another criminal when in fact he learns he was duped by the Jackal. So this is a book I always want to have in my collection. I've seen this so many times. This is a hard book to pick up.
Yes, it is.
It's
not impossible, but difficult.
It's difficult, not in the sense that it's not available, because it's very much available. I see this comic book practically in every convention I go to. I see it all the time, especially when it comes to the big ones like Terrificon or Heroes. It's going to be there. You're going to see this book. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to spend for this book. And right now, for me, it's not the time to buy this book. I have to wait if I really want
that movie has to come and go.
Well, the TV series is next. We got to get to the point that we no longer have to think about John Bertha as Punisher. So,
well, I got to tell you, the streaming series doesn't, to me, I don't think generates the same level of hype as movie appearances. So
agreed.
Watching him and Spider-Man go at it on the movie screen, I think that's going to be the most difficult time ever to purchase this book.
But keep in mind, there's also a TV special that's coming out next year too. So he's going to get a double whammy.
Again,
it's depending on when when it falls. Like, I don't know what's coming out first. But either way, this book is going to be the price of this book is going to keep going up because of that. So,
I mean, I feel it. I'm in somewhat of agreement.
Yeah. Here's one of yours.
Yes.
Action Comics 252. This book came out in 1959 for DC Comics. We have a high sell at a 9.0 at $48,000, and that was January of this year. This is going to be a year ago. The last sale of this book was $3,120 at a 5.5. The Raws are going for, and this is at a fair to poor condition, $565. However, graded copies go for $1,903 at 3.5. There's currently 1,439 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of Metallo.
Yes, it is. And Supergirl.
And Supergirl.
Crazy.
Another one of these books that we're going to see a surge in price, aren't we? If we haven't started already.
Yes.
But this is your book, so tell me, why do you love the Supergirl?
Hey, we learn about the survival of Argo City. We learn that Supergirl survives that. She comes to Earth. Superman declares her his secret weapon. And then in the second story, we get the first Metallo. And of course, as such a Superman fan, if I can't get my hands on his first appearance, unless I somehow win Powerball before I die, then, I'm going to go all in on getting Supergirl's first appearance.
So what's your take on having this book? What is the chances of this could be a book?
Oh, this one's rough. And I was this close to getting a 5.5 this year. And it was
really
snatched from me.
How much was it going for?
$2,200.
You were going to pull the trigger for that?
Yeah, because I got a bonus. And then that bonus turned into me being able to just barely go to Heroes.
The car work, I remember now.
The car work is recently. I'm in the hole on the car work. I'm in the hole.
Guys, get Cliff Action Comics 252. He will be your friend for life.
Oh my!
No facsimile.
I would be like I was gonna say I own plenty of facsimiles. The nonstop crying I would do, and I'm like, oh my god, I can never repeat the
All right, let's go to our next book here, and I think this is our biggest one.
Yeah, it is.
It's Giant Size X-Men #1. This is my pick. 1975 from Marvel Comics. High sale of this book, $170,000. But keep in mind,
or a 9.9.
It's a 9.9. I put the highest sale. That was last year. That was in June of 2024. There was a lot of questions about that 9.9 too. Let's be honest.
There were.
However, the last sale of this book was at $7,900 at 9.6. Raws go for about $898. Very good. Graded copies goes for about $2,826. There's 14,868 copies in the census. This is the first appearance of the new X-Men: Colossus, Storm, Nightcrawler. This is Wolverine's, and again, I made sure to write the word full. His second full appearance. Technically, it's his fourth appearance.
Yes.
Right?
His fourth appearance overall.
If you're not counting previews and things like that. Like who counts previews? Like seriously.
Some people
unless you call Spider-Man $29.99, right? $20.99. Dude, this is a book I want. I so want this book. This may not be the top of my list. I think the X-Men 101 is the top of my list, but I am a huge X-Men fan. The way you love Teen Titans is the way I love X-Men.
Well, I love X-Men the way I love Teen Titans.
Yeah, so
I just felt like Teen Titans was more attainable than this. I'm still right.
And you are right by saying that. I think when it comes to the X-Men, there's such a special place for them when it comes to our generation. So my generation grew up on X-Men. X-Men was the #1 book. It sold more than any other book, including Batman, including Spider-Man, and yes, including the Avengers. During this time, the Avengers, no one cared about them. They were always second-tier characters. On occasion, you'll have Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, but they never really was in the team together during the 80s. It was like other characters like Dr. Druid, Photon, which is Captain Marvel and things like that. But the X-Men in the 80s specifically, they were the top tier team. No one could top them. And
Well,
when you
them and the Teen Titans, and that's
Yeah.
why they have crossover.
yeah, and that's why we had the crossover, which we didn't get George Perez to do it, but we did get a great Walter
Walt
Simon.
Simonson,
Yeah,
yes.
Walter Simons was a great second choice because he was the second choice. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And it was a good story. It actually was a good story. It wasn't just like there was
We got
purpose behind that story.
and Dark Phoenix and everything.
Metron was a great character, and you had that image of Professor X in Metron's chair, which was great. So that was a great book, but this one is the one that really kicked it off. This one to me is more important than X-Men #1. Like, obviously we wouldn't have Giant Size X-Men if we didn't have X-Men #1, but this one's more important because this is the team that everybody fell in love with. If it wasn't for this team, we wouldn't be talking about X-Men.
That's right. Plus Storm. If nothing else, Storm. Storm and Nightcrawler. Come on, and Colossus. But I'm just saying,
all of them, literally all of them. Even a little bit with Thunderbird. Just give me a little bit of Thunderbird, right? We also get Ilyana Rasputin as well. This is her first appearance as well.
No, it's not.
As a child. It was her first appearance as a child.
Oh, because we see Colossus's origin.
Yeah, so we get that. We get Krakoa is part of the story as well.
Yeah.
Papa does not understand the X-Men hype. Cliff, I feel like you could explain it to Papa why X-Men was such a big deal back then.
Born with powers in a world that hates them, and then choosing to protect those people. I mean,
wait. Outside of Xavier's, Papa, I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there.
I was like, Papa, I was like, don't you get excited by Xavier's hover chair? Isn't it amazing?
Always a good book to buy. Yes, absolutely, John.
I'm sorry. I love Storm. I love Nightcrawler. I love that Nightcrawler looks like a demon, yet he's so devoted to his Catholic faith. Storm was seen as a goddess when they found her. And I don't know. I've just always dug them, and of course, I'm drawn to strong female figures. So Storm, Jean, forget it. The first story I ever read was the Dark Phoenix saga. My friend loaned me the trade, and that was it. I was hooked after that.
Well, I think what people like Papa don't understand from our generation why we love the X-Men, it was storytelling at its finest, and it was episodic as well. So it was like reading a soap opera, because it really was a soap opera. The story wasn't about the adventures. The story was about the interactions between the characters. Not to mention the themes behind the X-Men. No other comic book has the themes that X-Men had. No other. I cannot think of any other comic book that has those themes, right? Where it's dealing with discrimination. It is an allegory for minorities. That's why X-Men is so revered even to this day. It is to the point that once the X-Men shows up in the MCU, if they pull it right, they're going to take over, and no one's going to even think about the Avengers anymore if they do it right. That's my opinion. I don't know if they got to do it right. That's my only concern. What's up, Black Spiders? But
hey,
I think what a lot of people don't understand about the X-Men is they haven't been the way they were. They haven't been the way they were in the 80s since Claremont. That just hasn't happened. The Krakoa saga was very different. It was interesting, but it really wasn't like the X-Men. And after a while, it failed, in my opinion.
Well, I thought it was great. It just ended really poorly. And actually, the ending started really exciting, and then...
Well, that was the point. Hickman said bye-bye, and then it became just another thing. And that's kind of what happened with it. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed our list. What's on your wish? If you're watching this in the replay, please let us know in the comments. I want to know what books you want underneath your Christmas tree. That's why we did it this week. Instead of doing it for next week, you won't have enough time. I want to know from you. Put it when you see this. I'm going to try to drop this off. I'm going to try to drop the replay for this one soon, earlier this week, so you guys can have a separate video for it. But please put it in the comments. I'm dying to hear what your wish list is. Are any of the books on the ones we picked? I want to know. Cool. So
I feel like Phoenix might make it.
Yeah, Phoenix is. I know we got a couple of people watching right now that were like, yeah, that's my book too.
Yeah, I was like, mine were definitely off the beaten path and all about me. That's for sure.
But that's what a wish list is, right? That's the whole point of a wish list.
Oh, I want them all.
By the way, I need to remind, we have 18 people currently watching. I still have 3 books in this pile. There is a modern book that just came out brand new. There is a Copper Age book with featuring something very important. And there's a Silver Age book in this pile. So all you got to do is leave a super chat with the letter of choice. So we still have A, we still have B, we have, oh, look at that, we have A, B, and C. So if you leave a super chat, you will be included in part of the Rat Pack, which will also include this stack of comic books, which we've already looked at, as well as a slab that we will be drawing at the beginning of the new year.
I was going to see Hulk 181.
I think a lot of people have that book on their list. Rebecca Romaine and Halle Berry are the only. Oh, Papa. Nerdy Geek says Superman, Batman, Michael Turner, German variant.
Yeah, that's the one where Kara's floating with just the escape covering her.
I have that book, but I didn't know it was called the German. I didn't know there's a German variant.
Yeah,
because I have the standard book because I collected the Michael Turner books.
Well, right, but like there isn't the one where she's floating with the cape. There is no standard version. Every one of them was a special printing.
Interesting. All right, cool. All right, I want one. Don't you have 180? Yeah, look at that. Oh wait, I have it. Oops. Yeah. Oh, it's a blue background. That's what he's saying. Interesting.
Ah.
Now I'm interested in. I'm interested. I love anything Michael Turner. Anyway, it's time, Cliff. It's time once again. We are going to go through the top trending comics of the week. Yes, Cliff, there are some books that I think you're going to be sick and tired of.
$2,600 for the German variant. Mother of mercy.
Let's talk about some trending books. Yep. The top trending books for the 3rd week of December. These are the books that were the top books for CBSI, Cover Price, as well as Key Collector. So what I end up doing every week, I consolidate the list and I come up with my own list of my own, which features sales, last book sold, overall hype, and to come up with a top 10 that's slightly different, but still within the same range based off of sales figures more than anything else. Yeah. Wow. All right, Cliff. You know what you're going to do. Let's talk. What do you see?
I see a lot of DC. That's what I see, first of all.
Yep, you definitely see a lot of DC.
And then, I know where this is going. The absolute of it all is just going to crush me.
There's a little bit of variety this week.
Oh, is it a little bit of variety? I
said a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's some variety this week. But from what you see right now, you see some DC love. But there is one book in this pile that you're seeing here that's not a DC book.
Yeah, the Covenant, or what is it called? Ordained.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Ordained a little bit later. So let's go ahead and do our honorable mentions for this week. Honorable mentions are books that just didn't quite make it. Our first book, Mask of the Phantasm, Batman, the Animated Series, issue number 1. Oh, I'm so sad, Cliff. I'm sad.
Because now we know she's not in the movie.
Now we know.
Phantasm.
Yep, Phantasm, Andrea Belmont. now the rumor has it that Scarlett Johansson will not be playing that character. The newest rumor is that she will be playing, I don't even know her name, the wife of Harvey Dent, which to me is
Sad.
underwhelming.
A little sad, right? A little underwhelming.
It's underwhelming because first and foremost, if she is playing Harvey Dent's wife, which I don't remember her name, why do we need Harvey Dent again?
Yeah.
Do we honestly need another Harvey Dent movie?
Oh my God! Wait, what if she's the holiday killer? Oh wait, no, but we did the holiday killer in Cobblepot in Penguin.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been great if she was the holiday killer.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I hope the rumors are false because I don't know. I'm not there to talk to Matt Reeves, but if I had a chance, and it looks like we're going to lose the Court of Owls.
Unless she's a member of the Court of Owls.
Why even have Harvey Dent's wife?
Because
there has to be a reason.
That way the betrayal is exciting when we find out about her being a member of the Court of Owls.
But then if you're going to bring her in, you're going to bring Harvey Dent into the picture.
Right.
When you're bringing Harvey Dent into the picture, we've already experienced a Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face. We've already experienced, what's his name? Aaron Eckhart, that's his name?
Yes. But you know what we haven't experienced?
His Two-Face as well.
You know what we haven't experienced? We have not experienced Harvey being Bruce's friend and ally in a movie and then showing up as a villain later.
Like, yeah, he was kind of a little bit of a waste in Dark Knight. I'll admit to that.
Yeah.
His portrayal was good. Like, I will admit, I did like his portrayal in the movie, but it wasn't comic accurate. It was Christopher Nolan saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do something a little different with it." And let's be honest, he wasn't Two-Face for too long.
No.
So it was mostly about Joker. Yeah. So now, with that being said, this book is going to pretty much drop down in price again.
Which means pick it up, people, because it's still a great book.
Yeah. And you know what? I think the backlash will be like, you know what? We do want to see Andrea. I would have loved to see it. And again, I think Scarlett Johansson would have been perfect for the role. You know what I mean? So, sorry, guys.
It would have been great.
Our next one is the second printing of DCKO issue number 1, the Dan Mora cover. We talked a little bit about this. How are you liking DCKO so far?
It's fine.
It's fine?
Yeah,
Anything
it's
stood out
entertaining.
for you?
It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Was there a fight that you specifically liked?
I enjoyed Superman versus Captain Atom.
Mm-hmm.
I fairly enjoyed Wonder Woman versus Lobo.
I would have liked Superman Lobo. I would have liked Wonder Woman Lobo to have been a little more Lobo. But then again, I'm a little biased towards Lobo.
Yeah, understood. I'm obviously a little biased towards Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but what do you think about this cover? We talked a little bit about it last week. I like it.
I like it. It's actually, it's funny. I love Dan Mora's work, but the most impressive face here is Batman's,
which doesn't look like absolute Batman to me. It looks like regular Batman.
Yeah, but I like
it. I think that's why you like it more.
Which is what leads us back to me liking it more.
All right, and now our last book is Absolute Batman. You see, Jim Lee I think he got the memo of how Absolute Batman should look. Where we have here, this is not the Virgin variant. There's actually a Virgin variant foil. This is the standard Jim Lee variant. So it was sold just the same way of Absolute Batman number 1. What is your thoughts about this version of Absolute Batman done by Jim Lee?
Jim Lee did all 3 of them, and I remember that like none of them, like all of them are cut off. The cape is cut off, his weapon's cut off, and I remember the same thing with Wonder Woman and the same thing with Superman. But Superman is awful. His Absolute Superman cover is garbage, awful. But I really like this one. I really like the Wonder Woman one. But yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
A worthy honorable mention.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to Absolute Batman, what's happening right now is that people are just they can't get certain books, so they're going to try to get other books.
Of
And
course.
this one was a little rare than the cover A, but it's not as popular as cover A. Cover A is extremely popular. This one was popular when it first came out. People were grabbing this one beforehand, and now it's roles are reverse, where this one is not getting as much momentum. So it's still an $80 book, though. By the way, it's an $80 book, $200 in a slab right now, because it's still a little rarer than cover A, just a little, not by much.
Just un poquito.
Just it's part of the 350,000, right? So
Yeah.
when we talk about 350,000 copies, we're actually talking as a whole. We're not talking about cover. There's 350,000 copies of cover A. It doesn't really work that way. So it's part of the batch. You know? I feel a sneeze coming. But oh, look at that. It's our Puerto Rican brother, Couple Comics. What's going on, Cuppy? How you doing, my man? All right.
Comic fans.
All right. And I didn't say hi to Bishop. Bishop is in the house. I heard a rumor where they weren't going to use any characters that they already used. So the rumor that you heard has to deal with, and we're talking about the Batman 2. The rumor that you heard is that they're not going to introduce a character that has been portrayed in the movies. It's interesting that they're using the talk is that it's Harvey Dent's wife, even though Harvey Dent's there. So I don't know what to think of it. But I guess only Matt Reeves knows right now, and the people behind the movie know. So who's to say? I'm still fingers crossed.
Listen, I mean, it's how many years has it been that we're waiting for this movie?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're all a couple of Zaddy's home. Yeah, you are Zaddy. It's getting this wait is ridiculous.
All right. There goes our Puerto Rican flag. It only comes. I love how it comes out with PR. Yeah. I tried. It's not public relations. It's Puerto Rico. Speaking of Puerto Rico, what is your Christmas song for Christmas? And I'm referring to Spanish music in this case. I got two choices.
I don't know if I really have one.
So, for me, it's a toss-up between El Burrito de Belén or Festival de Pilón by El Gran Combo.
Oh, El Gran Combo. Yeah. Why? Why did I not go with that?
Right? Now, we could say Feliz Navidad, but I think that's for the rest of the world.
That's for the rest of the world. And listen, and I also like Arbolito de Navidad as well.
Yeah, but El Burrito de Belén is, classic. If you guys don't know El Burrito, that it's like these little kids singing. They're all adults now. They might even be dead. I don't know how old that song is. It's pretty old. El Burrito de Belén, a mi burrito, and that's awesome.
Actually, it's not that old. It was written by Hugo Blanco in Venezuela in 1972.
Really? 72? It feels older than that.
With the Venezuelan Children's Choir. So there you go.
Yeah, but the Puerto Ricans took advantage of it, and we made it our own.
Listen, man. Listen. Listen. Latinos don't want to admit how much crossover Latino love there was back in the day, but there was plenty.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Xbox Gamer. The Mask of the Phantasm speculation is still strong. I'm hoping that the situation is that she's not Harvey Dent's wife. I think that would be, yeah. All right.
Well, I gotta tell you, all the film projects that we've seen, none of them have done quite the things that we ever expect of them,
except for Watchmen. It was the closest, and even
I don't even count Watchmen because Watchmen didn't even. Did Watchmen
get the squid?
Well, no, forget the squid. Like a Watchmen doesn't count because it wasn't part of making a movie universe. Like for me, the idea of the movie universe doesn't begin until Iron Man.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, but from there forward, nothing ever came out like super comic accurate or anything like that. Like look at Civil War. The only thing Civil War has in common with the comic is Cap and Iron Man going at each other. You know.
And the registration. The registration is
and a type of registration act.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
The registration act, they turned it into the Sokovia Accords and so forth, but there's so much more to that story.
Oh, listen, Xbox Gamer, I completely agree that sometimes they change things because they didn't have the rights to the characters. Like, that's fine, and I get that. But, like, sometimes some of the changes were just like...
Yeah. When it comes to DC, I will say very different from Marvel. DC has all their rights. They could use anybody they want to.
Right, and yet they choose to do what they do.
Yeah, because directors want to do what directors want to do.
Yeah, and also studios want to, put their fingers in the paint pot as well, and that's not good.
Yep. All right, let's go to our top 10. And our number 10 book of this week falls under Absolute Batman number 4. It started already. $30 near mint. Last recorded sales value of this book. Most common is $27 near mint. $120 9.8. As far as trending list goes, it's number 10 for CBSI. Again, Absolute Batman is selling like crazy. 61 copies within the 7-day. 156 within the last 30. We have a hype level of medium for this one. This is the origin story. This is the story where we get to learn about how he became the Dark Knight, the origin of his parents, what happened to Thomas Wayne, the zoo, the story of the zoo. We even have a different artist attached to this one. I know you're tired of talking about it, but we have to talk about it. Say what you got to say.
I mean, great. I mean, like, I'm sorry. Like, there's other comics to talk about. There's other stories.
But it's Batman.
Read. Explore other titles. Where's Absolute Wonder Woman and Superman? They're great. Hers is really great.
They don't even crack the top 20, bro.
For no reason. It's all part of one.
I will say Absolute Martian Manhunter came in Key Collector. But when I did the sales, it didn't match up.
No.
Cliff, I'm telling you right now, it didn't match up.
Listen, I accept what it is,
Yeah.
It's just too bad.
All right, let's go with number 9. At number 9 in our list is Ordain number 1. This book came out for went the wrong way. Ordain number 1. This book came out for Bad Idea Comics this past year, in fact. $12 near mint. Last recorded sales value of this book. Most common fair market value is $11 near mint. $60 9.8. This book is number 3 in CBSI. This is the shocker to me. 7-day, 30-day trend. Sales, 107 sales within the last 7 days. 135 sales within the last 30. This book is at a hype level as a medium. The reason why this book is in this list has everything to do with this. This book was option. The story was option, and I believe they're attaching Colin Farrell to this story. So there's even talks about it moving even further with Ordain. Do you know anything about Ordain in general? Obviously, it has something to do with Catholicism, I'm sure.
I mean, it's got to do with a priest, and I have a copy. I haven't read it yet, so we'll see.
Yeah. I will say I was a little shocked to find out that the artist behind it is Trevor Hairston, who's a great artist. Now, he doesn't get as much love as he should. Like, I would say he's kind of in the same way as Brian Hitch in his style. Very similar, him and Brian Hitch. They did a lot of stuff very similar together. So yeah. The story was optioned months ago, but now they're attaching Colin Farrell to the story. So sounds to me like they're moving forward with it. So Cuppy says it's pretty good.
I'll trust Cuppy on that.
All right. Let's go into our next book at number 8 in our list here. Number 8, we got some DC All-In Special number 1. This book came out last year for DC Comics. $200 and a 9.8 was the last recorded sales value of this book. $45 near mint is the price for fair market. $167 and 9.8. This book is now starting to sell. Trending list
people are finally realizing what it is.
Yeah. Number 3 in Key Collector, number 5 for CBSI. 7-day, 30-day trend, 43 sales within the last 7 days, 97 within the last 30. Hype level is at a high for this book. You see, this is the funny thing about this book. And it didn't dawn on me until I looked at the copy I have. Absolute Batman's in the back cover.
Oh.
So if you look at this is a wraparound. I forgot that it was a wraparound. This is a wraparound where you have in the front cover, you have the traditional DC universe. But when you turn it around, you have the trio. You have Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman. Does anybody know this? Or did anybody remember this?
I mean,
I forgot. And there they are. They're right there in the cover. So this technically is their first cover appearance. Would you count it as it's a wraparound, but would you count it?
I mean, I would count it. It's a cover appearance. They're there.
It's a cover appearance. It counts as a cover appearance, but will you count it because it's not the front cover? You guys in the chat, let me know. Would you count them as their first cover appearance? Their first cover appearance, would you count that with this book? And I think now people are starting to realize that this book is their first appearance. So now they're trying to pick it up. $200 at 9.8 is pretty damn good for this book. Another book that was printed a lot. Maybe not to the same extent as Absolute Batman, but there was a high print run for this book. And I gave away like 3 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember giving them away like hotcakes because it was just easy to get. Now,
once. And now it's still technically easy to get. It's just demanding a price.
Yeah, now you're asking for money for it. Yes, it is in the wraparound, but would you count it as a first cover appearance?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, technically is, but you don't see it, so you don't know. Number 7 in our list here. Yeah, I bought a second print for $2 last week. At number 7, Absolute Batman issue number 2. This book came out last year for DC Comics. $25 near mint was the last recorded sales value of this book. Most common fair market value is $21. $119 at 9.8. Trending list, number 8 for Key Collector, number 9 for CBSI. 7-day, 30 days. We have 56 sales within the last 7 days. 30 days ago, within the last 30 days, we have 154 sales. This has a hype level as a high. This is the first appearance of the Villains Gallery playing poker with Batman. But there is a variant cover done by Daniel Warren Johnson that has been getting a little bit of steam.
Okay.
All right. So this one is still more sought after, but the Daniel Warren Johnson cover is very small. Like Batman's drawn very small, and you just see the party animals all laying in the floor because he just beat them up in the rooftop. So that's technically the first Daniel Warren Johnson in Absolute Batman. All right. You count it with a clear backing board. Yeah, I mean, wasn't the Rocketeer back cover appearance? Yeah, you are right.
There you go. That's a good one.
Like, if you would display the book, would you display it with the back cover?
I mean, that's a little unusual, but I'm not saying it would never happen.
But would you?
I mean, unlikely, but not impossible.
If you know the back cover is better than the front cover.
I just said unlikely, but not impossible.
Like So the book that Xbox Gamer is referring to is Star Slayer's issue number 2. Star Slayer issue number 2 features the Rocketeer in the back cover, done by Dave.
I mean, that in that specific example, if I had it, then I would have the Rocketeer facing out.
Yeah, you won't know the grade because.
Well, the grade's on the back now.
Yeah, but not to the same extent. It's
not to the same extent. But I would know. I would know.
You would know, and that's what matters, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to our next one here at number 6 in our list. Let's go ahead and take a look at Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, number 1. This book came out in 2021 for DC Comics. $85 near mint was the last recorded sales value. This book has picked up some price. It's becoming a little more pricey. $77 is the fair market value. $250 at a 9.8. Wow. What a difference just a trailer makes, right?
Yep.
As far as trending list, number 2 for Key Collector, number 2 for CBSI, number 9 for cover price. 7 30-day trend, 24 sales within the last 7 days, 29 within the last 30. So most of the sales were happening within the first 7 days. Hype level is at a high. We got ourselves a trailer, and that trailer caused this book to spike.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I love me some Supergirl. I love this story, and I very much enjoyed the trailer. And it's always nice to see DC books in the top.
So now that we talked about the trailer last week,
yes,
everything we said happened.
I guess so. Yeah,
we got our first glimpse, though. It was like a blink and you miss it, in silhouette of Lobo.
Yep.
Right, which people have been taking to using techniques to kind of like brighten the image so that you can see a little better Lobo. But let's be honest, you don't really see it like that. Superman does get peed on.
Well, the newspaper version of him.
The newspaper version, him on the newspaper gets peed on. So that did happen. And we get a nice little glimpse of the story. And the story looks like it's going to be taken almost directly from the Woman of Tomorrow storyline. There's a lot of things. And we even get the villain of the story, which is Krem, right? That's his name.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it time for you to sell this book, Nerdy Geek? Do you think it's time? I will wait for a second trailer.
Maybe.
Right?
I mean,
But you have to put it in a time. You have to do it in a way where you know it's coming. That's the catch, right? You can't just do it. So, for example, these sales that occur, right? This $85 sale that occurred. We knew the trailer was coming. So when the announcement of the trailer hit, just the announcement, it was good time to say, "Oof, let's put this to sale." Right? And then when the trailer hits, you see the story, you see the book, bam. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta be ready to jump.
Yeah, you have to be you can't sit on certain things, unfortunately. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Have the alerts ready on your phone. Have the alerts ready.
It's funny that Nerdy Geek says that he won in the giveaway. So did I.
That's so funny.
Oh, and Cuppy got a 9-8 in the C3 both at Comic and Heroes.
There you go. You go.
The trailer was good. I want to pick it up. Yeah, the trade. Well, let's talk about the trade for a second. There will be a compact edition coming out next week of the entire story. However, you can read the story online if you want to read it online. It's on several platforms. It's definitely on Global Comics. It is on DC Universe. It is obtainable to read. So if you want to read it, go ahead and read it. It's a really good story, too. At number 5, we got Absolute Batman issue number 15. This is the 1 in 50 Jock Virgin. Is it a Virgin variant if we got the DC logo on the top?
The two of them are nearly freaking identical. I just...
All right.
This one is ridiculous to me because there is like virtually no difference between this and the main book.
I don't have it in front of me. I have it here. No, there is a difference. The other one has a minimum trade dress.
Virtually no difference.
I think the problem here is the DC logo.
It's a problem.
The DC logo actually distracts this issue, in my opinion. I think the art lets it speak for itself. That logo should not be there. It should be in the back. It really should. Because if you're going to call this a Virgin variant, this ain't no Virgin. You know what I mean?
Look. You listen.
You got a lot of things to say.
You know who you're talking to.
I know who I'm talking to.
I'm the first one here to be like, grab the torches and let's light it up.
You know what I'm saying? $77. $77 near mid is the last recorded sales value. Most common is $71. 171 and 9.8 is selling for. As far as trending list, it's number 1 in CBSI. This book has 74 sales within the last 7 days, 109 sales within the last 30. That's pretty impressive for a 1 in 50, to be honest with you. Hype level, of course, is at high. yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If this book didn't have the logo, I think it would have been a better pick.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
But as it is, I'm like, I don't know.
Nerdy's with me.
It's a bit of a lame duck for me personally.
Yeah, I like the cover. I think it's a great cover. It gives me Jock pulled off his best Sienkiewicz, and I think he did a good job. The issue itself, the work inside the issue is good. His artwork inside is fantastic. I really enjoy it, especially since he was doing certain techniques with it that I really enjoyed. But for a 1 in 50 that has a logo, it defeated the purpose. And honestly, I'm not a fan of these version versus trade, and the version is like the 1 in 50 or the 1 in 100.
Yeah, I already find that infuriating.
Yeah, that irritates me when I see it. When Marvel and DC does it, they both do it. So, and I'm not a fan of that. All right. Going in at number 4 in our list, Absolute Batman issue number 13. This book is $5 last recorded sales value. Most common is $5 near mint, $72, 9.8. This book was number 4 in cover price, but it's all about the sales with this book. 7-day, 93 sales, 253 within the last 30 days. Hype level is at a high. This is the first full appearance of Catwoman. This is also the first appearance of Absolute Harley Quinn. This book does not leave this list for some reason. Doesn't want to leave. Right.
And also the price barely moves, and yet here we are.
A Latina Catwoman. Yeah, I give it to that. I give her that. Oh, but there is a absolute beautiful cover done by Dan Panosian and Ivan Talavera that kicks this one's butt. I'm sorry. I think that one's gorgeous. I don't know if you ever seen those.
I mean, I have.
Beautiful.
You're right.
They're beautiful pieces and stuff. So this one's
way
cool.
better.
And I like Dragata's. I like Dragata's work. I think it's great, but I think those other covers are so much better. You know.
And I would agree with you.
Okay. You ready for number 3?
I'm ready for number 3.
All right, let's go number 3. At number 3 in our list, it's
the annual, I bet. Nope. It's
Absolute Batman 15. This book came out just last week. Yeah, I'm with you, Nerdy Geek. Well, $10 near mint. Already $10. This book is selling for $10, and it came out this week. If you go to Pelham Comics, he still has them for cover price. All right, just letting you know. Most common fair market value is $12, $73, and 9.8. Trending list. This was number 2 for cover price, and yes, we have a whole lot of sales. 7-day aftermarket sales is 232 sales, 299 within the last 30 days. Hype level is at a high. I personally do like this cover, but this is a cover that should have been a virgin. Get rid of the Absolute Batman. Get rid of the logo. Get rid of everything else and just say Joker on the 2 sides like the Joker card.
I guess.
Cup of Comics is like, what do you mean it's not the number 1 book? And yes, the Talavera and the Marx books are fantastic. I need to see the Panosian. Oh, they're all good. And Panosian does amazing job these days. His artwork is top level to me these days. Especially from what I remember him, how he used to draw back then. Keep the 2 Jokers.
Keep the 2 Jokers, my.
Yeah. So you don't disagree? Do you agree or disagree with me that you get rid of all the background? I feel like there's going to be a second printing where they're going to do it.
Maybe, but like whatever.
Did you get to read the book? Did you actually pick it up and read it? What's your thoughts?
It's fine, like I mean, it's not immortal villain, demon Joker, whatever. I mean,
manga. He's a manga character. It's a straight up manga character.
Yeah, sure, but like also like, okay, I don't know. Like I just like I'm waiting for the big picture in all this. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he has a butler.
Yeah,
and he has a cave.
Yeah, because he's the rich dude in this universe.
And he has the clock, and he has the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
So It was a good read. I'll admit it was good. It was very like Scott Snyder really went hard on this version of Joker. I'll just give him that much. He went pretty hard. All right. Let's divert for a minute from Absolute Batman, and we're gonna go with our number 2 book. I'm gonna let you guess what's number 2. I just said we're gonna divert from Absolute Batman.
Is it? Oh, we're gonna divert from Absolute
We're
Batman.
diverting from Absolute Batman.
Is it Lobo? It's got to be Lobo. We haven't done Lobo yet.
We haven't done Lobo yet?
I don't think we've done Lobo yet, have we?
Okay, so which book?
Omega Men.
At number 2 is Omega Men issue
there we
number 3, the one that came from 1983 for DC Comics. $130 and 9.4 was the last recorded sales value. This is the most common. It's $99 near mint. $287 and 9.8. As far as trending list goes, number 6 for Key Collect, number 7 for CBSI, number 8 for Cover Price. 7-day, 30-day. We have 65 sales in the last 7 days, 106 within the last 30 days. Hype level is at a high. Here's what I'm going to say about this book. This book has not stopped selling. It is a book that will always be selling until that movie comes out. I remember talking about this early this year, about this book, and it just keeps, it finds its way back all the time, because even though it's not in the ether, it's still consistently sells. It's one of those books that if you have it for sale, you're going to sell it. That's the type of book this is. It also has a high print run, which I still don't understand to this day. The print run, did DC just print a lot of comic books back then in 83?
In 83, print runs were higher. I mean,
They were higher, but let's be honest. This is issue 3 of Omega Men.
Okay. Well,
Do you even know the Omega Men?
I know the Omega Men, but what was the print? By the way, the Omega Men were everywhere. Okay, they showed up in Green Lantern. They have their own title.
How popular were they? Were they popular?
They were
because they showed
popular.
up everywhere. Were they that popular?
They were pretty popular.
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
That's the one thing I never understood about the Omega Men. Issue 1, you could get it for like a dollar bin book.
Yeah.
They're all dollar bin books with the exception of 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Even 4 has some value because and 5 does as well because Lobo's in all of them. So I like it. I'm a Lobo fan. I got multiple copies of this book as well because again, it's easy to get.
But what was the print? What was the print run on this?
I don't have that number right now, so I have to look into it. But it has to be high. Because I think it has to be high because the price of this book is not that high.
No, none of the DC books are that high.
But it's still Lobo. Lobo was extremely popular.
I have the first appearance of the Parasite on my wish list, and a very decent copy is only a few $100. A very decent copy of the first Teen Titans, official Teen Titans, very affordable. DC keys.
I'll agree.
Not hit those Marvel numbers.
I agree to that. They don't, but it's still Lobo, and Lobo's pretty damn popular.
He is, but still, I mean, like even Deathstroke. Look at Deathstroke. Deathstroke doesn't command prices that like Deadpool commands, and they're almost the same character.
Yeah, they're almost the same character. Are you referring to Deadpool as opposed to Deathstroke?
Yes, I am.
Because I think Lobo and Deathstroke are very different from each
other. No, I'm talking about Deathstroke and Deadpool because, Wade Wilson, come on,
that was on purpose. Were they? Like 83? I was very young in 83. Very young. So I don't remember much during that time. And I wasn't collecting comic books in 83 to know this for sure. But I cannot bear to think that Omega Men was that popular. I can't.
Well, I mean, they were for a hot minute.
You know who you will probably know this? Someone like Joe, Anachronic Comics. He probably might know this. He lived through this. So he's of the right age to remember this kind of stuff. Most of us are like, in our age won't remember this stuff. Because 83, man, I was still trying to figure out what to do in my life. More importantly, what I was going to eat and drink and what kind of games I was going to play. And I wanted to see Muñequitos.
I mean, I
watching G.I. Joe.
I mean, I was like in 83. I was only 5.
I was slightly older.
Yeah.
Only slightly. All right. At number 2, Omega Men 3, the first appearance of Lobo. This book ain't going nowhere, guys. It's going to be here for... I find that it's interesting that this book is more popular than the Supergirl book right now. It's Lobo. All right. At number 1, for what I believe is the 3rd week in a row. You know who it's got to be. It's got to be Absolute Batman number 1. Came out 2024. The price went up, Cliff. $380 at a 9.8, which in turns the fair market value for a near mint is $161 now. $351 is a 9.8 fair market value now. It's gone up $50. Trending list, number 1 for key collector, number 3 for cover price. 7-day, 30-day sales. 116, $499 in the last 30. And of course, the hype level was that high. Market manipulation at its finest again. So
I mean, I'm sorry, I just can't explain it otherwise. It's insane. And now I think people are buying into it, which they shouldn't. So
okay, you were at the Toys for Tot thing, so you were at a shop on Saturday, just as I was.
Yes.
You spent the majority of the day there, I take it, right?
I was there from 11:30 to like 6 o'clock.
Okay, so I was there for a very long time as well, and I will tell you this much: there was a lot of people asking for this book.
Right, but like I think it's like someone manufactured the hype, and now people are buying into the hype.
But the people that were asking for the books were teenagers.
Okay, you know,
I'm just saying, and that says a lot to me. Here's why it says a lot to me.
And this is, listen, everyone has to understand, because I keep getting into the same conversation over and over and over again. My upset over what I perceive to be market manipulation is that and that alone. But I am completely understanding of the fact that this book is very popular, that it is bringing new readers in. I've seen people come in and buy any printing that's available to them of Absolute Batman 1 through wherever we're at now. The other day, someone grabbed a bunch. And the other day, someone came in and grabbed every copy they could of Absolute Wonder Woman 1 through 14. You know, I saw a young man purchase.
That's good.
That's great, and it's not my point, you know.
And I know your point. I know what your point.
And I'm just saying. So I just have this ilk because like I feel like this is just some weird market manipulation, spec fire. I know this book is going to come crashing down soon. And I just think it's upsetting for the people who are burnt in the process. But again, I've been told repeatedly, why should I care about how people spend their money? Why should I care at all? Blah, 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 blah. I care about people. I care about this community. I care about how we're treated. Why do you think I'm upset about I'm upset about freaking hedge funds owning our grading companies? You know, I'm like, because I care about our community and I want what's best for us, you know? And that's it. That's all I have to say. I think it's great. I think it's great.
But you do agree that what this book, regardless of the market manipulation of it all, you do agree that this book is a good thing for our community. The title is a good thing for our community. This specific thing going on with number 1, I don't think is such a good thing for our community. Yeah. Right, because it is bringing new readers that were,
and I've heard that, and it's nothing to do with my point, and I still think it's great. And by the way, thanks to this title bringing in new readers, I have turned people on to Absolute Wonder Woman, and I've turned people on to other stories they haven't read. You know, and I think a lot of people underrate how quickly you could get a new reader to pick up a trade when they're grabbing a couple comics and heading out the door.
Yeah, that is true.
And I'll go one further. Occasionally, on a really good day, the council will buy some comics for people. You know? I bought a young man a trade one day because it was like a $15 trade. I'm like, this is a great freaking story. Here, take this.
What's interesting is I don't see the trade exists for this book in
Yes,
the first
it does.
volume, but not a lot of people buy it.
Right, when they could and they could read it, you know.
You know-
But at the same time, you could also buy fourth, fifth printing, whatever, off the rack, sixth printing, eighth printing off the rack.
But that's not the type of readers we're seeing these days. Readers like to have the collections.
Some people want some people
It's
want
like you and I, we're floppy guys, right? We're
Yeah.
more into about the floppies. We're more into the month over month type of thing. But I think there's a good chunk of people out there that are really into. I'll just wait for I hear it all the time. I'll just wait for the trade.
Yes.
They don't care about the collectability of the book. This book is demanding collectability, though. That's I think is kind of the difference
a
here.
little bit. But again, and also Batman is Batman.
Yeah, Batman is Batman.
You know,
regardless of what
Batman
type
has
of
a
Batman.
Batman has a certain level of command. You know,
I agree to that.
as does Spider-Man. Spider-Man has a certain level of command. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, that's the list for this week. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? Which books did you pick up? Share it in your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for next week's ranking. Will Batman take next week? Yep, and just like Nerdy Geek says, Batman be Batman. And Cliff is absolutely raw. You can't get much more raw than Cliff. He ain't no slab. He keeps it 100.
Thanks,
they love you, Cliff. They love you, Cliff. We did a 2 hours today.
We did.
Right? So I still got 3 books if anybody's interested. Unless we're gonna have to leave this for next week. Right? Because I have a Silver Age comic in this pile. So we still got 3 books. Let's go ahead and show them already what we currently have. So we've added the X-Men 257, right? 257. We added 257. We've added as well as an Absolute Joker. There you go. The Ben Oliver cover. I like this cover a lot too. We've added. This is from this previous week. Oh, another letter. And you went for the letter A.
I did.
So letter A is you didn't get the Silver Age book. What you did get was the other one. But notice the difference. So what
Very little difference, and I don't want to hear it.
Put the logo. They put the logo here.
Right, they moved the logo over and took
and
Batman off.
I will say that is
insane.
That's terrible. I'll be honest. This is.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Just it's no bueno. No bueno.
Have you noticed this with BCW bags? They started putting the little
logo, of course.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
BCW supplies, where you can use Cliff Comics to save 10% on your order.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with IzzyVerse, but I don't know.
You don't even remember your code, dude.
It's IzzyVerse.
Oh,
my code is IzzyVerse, but I don't really do. I'll let you take that one. So this has been added. This is the A. I still have 2 more letters in there. Let's keep on showing some of the books that's here. We got Batman 2, a Jim Lee cover. So brand new Batman 2. We got Venom 252, a nice little foiler that's been added. We got New Mutants 87, the first appearance of Cable, the gold cover. Medieval Spawn number 1. We got Todd McFarlane one. And we also have a 9.6 of Avengers, the Children's Crusade, Young Avengers number 1.
What a weird one shot that I did not expect.
And I still have 2 more copies. I have a Copper and a Silver Age. If they don't get picked today, we'll put them into the list next week. But if you guys want to, we could add them in here. All you got to do is leave a super chat of any size. It doesn't really matter to me. You could type in Nerdy Geek, but it won't get you anything. Great show, Primos. I love it, Primos. Yep. All right. I've seen the train every Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
He sees the trade every Wednesday when he picks up his comics.
Yeah, man. It's always there, man. It's always there. Cliff, what you got going on this week?
Oh, what?
Oh, we got the real James Willie. He just popped in out of nowhere. What's up, James?
He did. Well, tomorrow night, Wednesday on the Council of Comics, it's our hangout night. So come join us. You can hang out. You can win ducks. You can be on the panel.
Ooh, you can be on the panel?
Yes, because it's our community stream.
Ooh.
Are
you doing new comic book days too?
Something like that.
I already miss it. I missed the show.
Yeah. But yeah,
I can't do late night. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to be covering Virtuous Con this Saturday. Looking like possibly around 10 a.m. I know it's a Brian morning, but I couldn't accommodate my guest any other time. And on the 20th,
I'm still waiting to be a guest, and
haven't you been a guest already?
No, that don't count.
Why doesn't it count?
Because I want to be an official guest, not in a con.
Okay, so I'm just streaming with Cliff. Thanks, Nerdy Geek. The 27th, I have Moon the Storyteller joining me. But that's going to be at noontime, so I still have an opening for the morning of the 27th.
The morning of the 27th?
Yeah, noon the 27th is booked, but I could do morning that day. And I'm like, we got Christmas coming up, so
we'll do something in 2026. We'll start the year off.
Well, January 1st, I'll have my birthday stream, so I got all sorts of stuff.
Oh, January 1st? Everybody's here on January 1st, man. We're gonna recover. Even though I don't drink, which I don't.
Yeah.
I sleep. I sleep in. I love to sleep in on New Year's Day.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and
I'll be having a stream.
I don't have to go back to the office till next year. I love it. So
it's magical.
Don't you just love it?
It's
guys, again, we still have 2 more super chats. If anybody wants to drop a super chat, you can, of any size. You can put a super chat of 99 cents. And we'll get that Silver Age book in there. I would like to put the Silver Age book in there. It's a cool Silver Age book that I picked up. That I think you guys will like. But if it's not,
see these people, he's hungry for it.
I'm hungry. No, I'm good. Guys, it's always a blast seeing you guys. And if you haven't had a chance to go check out Cover Price, we hit 1,000 viewers overnight last night. So I'm really happy about that. It's a fun show. Lando, Travis, go check them out if you haven't checked out Cover Price. Go check out Cliff on Comics. Go check out the Council of Comics, award-winning. And with that said, guys, we want to say, now you have to show it off. It's my fault. I brought it up.
Hey, this is my most engaging host one. Okay.
In comparison, you have both of them, right? How is that one?
What this new one?
Oh. Added one. Give me a letter, Nerdy Geek. You have B or C. So Nerdy Geek, give me a letter. So how's the comparison between the two? You got
this one's fine. This one's got the old one's got a little more weight to it.
Oh, really? So it's actually lighter?
Yeah, it's lighter because this one's 3D printed.
Yeah.
But I like it, and I love that it's a spinner rack. Yeah. So
okay, Nerdy Geek has picked the letter B.
Yeah.
You ready for it? We have some 12 cents goodness.
Yay, Silver Age.
Tales to Astonish. You ready? 6, 7.
That's terrible, but good.
Well, that's when I got the book. That's exactly what the seller said. Oh, you got the 6, 7 book. And it looks like Las Cruces just added the last book in the stack.
Oh, he did. Oh, showed up on time, man.
And we have Uncanny X-Men. What issue is this? It's hard to say now. It's funny because the number is, where is the number? It's 322. You know the significance of this book.
Oh, yes, The Coming of Onslaught.
Very important book. This is a book that I do believe has some spec potential for the future. Maybe not near future, but I do believe we will.
X-Men 97 future.
X-Men 97 future. But you know what would have been awesome if Onslaught would have been whole part of this whole multiverse scenario. Think about it, because Heroes Reborn, you just do reverse Heroes Reborn.
Yeah, I really don't see that.
All right, so we added these 2 books, but I think this one's the fun one. Just look at that cover, man.
No, it's a great cover. I think it's great.
All right,
I love that.
Okay, guys, we love you. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, Excelsior and bye-bye.
I think this is it. I think you're about to go home. Okay. All right. Look, thank you.
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 Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'll see you.